Hello, you're welcome to my Simple Maths YouTube channel. I hope you are as excited as I am today. Okay, if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please do that. And not just that, when you subscribe, click the notification button so that you can be updated each time we have a new video. And also please, you need to like and share our video so that your other friends can see what we do. Alright, today we are looking at algebra questions to help shaping reasoning skills for upper primary. This is the series 2. If you're yet to see series 1, you can always check that up on our YouTube channel. Alright, let's get to business. Question 26. Evaluate 5 plus 11 minus 9 in bracket. 5 plus 11 minus 9 in bracket. So using our board maths, we have to deal with the bracket first. 11 minus 9 is 2. And then I can say 5 plus 2, which is 7. Is that okay? Correct. Alright, question 27 says there are 5 states in a country. Each state has an electrical wire connection with all other states. How many connections are there in the country? Alright, so like you know that a state would either have the shape of either a square or a rectangle, which means it has 4 sides. Do you understand? So for every end of a state, or let's say for every side of the state, it's connected to another state. So if we're going to go with that description now, it simply means that each state has 4 connections, just like every state will have a border that connects it to another state. So eventually that means each state has like 4 borders. That means each state has 4 connections. So if we are talking about 5 states, then it will be 4 times 5 states. That gives us 20 connections. Is that taken? Very good. Question 28 says in a family, height of the father is 180 centimeter, height of the mother is 160 centimeter, and height of the son is 110 centimeter. Find the average height of all family members. So average simply means add all the height divided by the number of people you have. So 180 plus 160 plus 110 divided by 3. So by the time I have this 3, I have 450, and then 450 divided by 3 is 150 centimeter. Is that taken? Very good. Question 29. In Lagos, temperature is 30 degrees C. Temperature in Paris is 1/5 of the temperature in Lagos. It is cooler in London than Paris for 3 degrees. What is the ratio of the temperature in Lagos to the temperature in London? Alright, in this question we're given the temperature of Lagos to be 30 degrees C, and that of Paris is 1/5. 1/5 is 1/5. 1/5 of the temperature in Lagos, that's 1/5 times 30, and that gives us 6 degrees. So the temperature of Paris is 6 degrees C. Now we're told that it is cooler in London than Paris for 3 degrees. If it's cooler, that means it will be 3 degrees lesser. Do you understand? So for us to get the temperature for London, we're going to subtract 3 from the temperature of Paris. Do you understand? So 6 minus 3 is 3 degrees C. Now we have to compare what is the ratio of the temperature in Lagos to the temperature in London. So temperature in Lagos is 30 degrees, temperature in London is 3 degrees. Did you see that? And then remember that in ratio, you keep dividing, you keep simplifying until you have the smallest number that cannot be divided further. So for 30 and 3, I can still divide them further by dividing both numbers by 3. 30 divided by 3 is 10. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So the ratio of Lagos to London is 10:1. Do we understand this? Very good. Question 30. Find the products of 31 and 24. Then round the result to the nearest 10. Now take note of this. Most of the time, a lot of us will just find the product and then we ignore this other part of the question. So always make sure that you pay attention to instruction. Alright, so to make the multiplication easy, I'm going to multiply 24 by 30 and then 24 by 1. It's just a way of simplifying my multiplication instead of the usual 31 times 24. Okay, so 24 times 30 is 720. 24 times 1 is 24, and then I'll add 720 plus 24. That will give me 744. If you are in doubt, you can pause and then try to multiply it yourself and then compare your answer with mine. Alright, this is the answer, but we're not going to stop here. We have to round it up to the nearest 10. Okay, so this is your unit, this is your tens, and this is your hundred. This is what we are rounding up. This is 4, isn't it? And the number after this tens is 4. It's not up to 5, so that means we can't round up, we have to round down. That means this is going to turn to 0, and then we'll have 740 to the nearest 10. Is that okay? Alright. Question 31 says a train passes a platform in 36 seconds. The same train passes a man standing on the platform in 20 seconds. If the speed of the train is 54 km per hour, the length of the platform is... Alright, we have to find the length of the platform, which is also the same thing as the distance. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to change this speed that we have here is in kilometer per hour. We're going to change it to the standard unit of speed, which is meter per second. So 54, we're going to say 54 times 1000, because we have 1000 meter is equals to 1 kilometer. And then r, you remember 60 seconds makes 1 minute, 60 minutes makes 1 hour, so it will be divided by 60 times 60. Alright, if you do your multiplication and division correctly, your final answer should be 15 meter per second. Now this is the speed. Alright, but we are looking for the distance, and then the formula for distance is speed times time. So the speed is 15 meter per second times time. We're using this time, 20 seconds. This 36 seconds is not relevant in this question. We are actually using this 20 seconds because this is the time that is talking about the man standing on the platform. So 15 meter per second times 20 seconds will give us 300 meter, and then the length of the platform is 300 meter. Do you understand this? Very good. Question 32. If the first pipe pours 60 liters in 1 hour and the second pipe pours 80 liters in 1 hour, then in how many hours will they fill 770 liters pool together? So the first thing is, let's add the number of liters for the first pipe and the second pipe. 60 plus 80 is equals to 140 liters. Now if we have 140 liters together from the two pipes in 1 hour, then let's look at how many hours can we get 770 liters together. So we have to cross multiply here. 140 liters to 1 hour and 770 liters to x hour. By the time I cross multiply, I'm going to have 140 times x, which is 140x, is equals to 770 times 1, which is equals to 770. And then my x will be 770 divided by 140, because I'm dividing both sides by 140 now. So 770 divided by 140 is equals to 5.5 hours. So this is the number of hours it will take the two pipes to fill 770 liters pool together. Is that taken? Very good. Question 33 says convert 2/5 to decimal. This is a fraction. I'm converting it to decimal, so I'll just say 2 divided by 5. You can use your long division method to do this. 2 divided by 5, and then it gives you 0.4. Are you okay with this? Correct. Question 34 says in a class there are 35 students. If the number of girls is 3 more than the number of boys, then how many girls are there in the class? Okay, so let's say let the number of boys be B. Let's use B to represent the number of boys, and then the number of girls will be 3 plus B, because the question says 3 more than the number of boys. So 3 plus B is the number of girls. Now you know that the total number of students actually should be the number of boys plus the number of girls. So this is the number of boys, B, plus the number of girls, 3 plus B, is equal to the total number of students, 35. and then I'll collect my like terms. B plus B is 2B plus 3 is equals to 35. Is that taken? Alright, so I'm bringing my plus 3 to this other side. Remember, when a number is crossing the equality sign, it changes sign. Plus 3, when it comes here, it becomes minus 3. 2B is equals to 35 minus 3. 35 minus 3 is 32. 2B is equals to 32, and then I divide both sides by 2. 2B divided by 2B, 32 divided by 2, 16. Remember, this is the number of boys, but the question says how many girls, and then I know that the number of girls is 3 plus the number of boys, so I'm going to have 16 plus 3, and that will give me 19 girls in the class. So there are 19 girls in the class. Do you understand this? Very good. Question 35 says write the fractions in ascending order. I have 4 over 5, 5 over 7, 7 over 11. So to make it easy for me to arrange, I'm going to convert all of them to decimal. You know, when your numbers are in decimal, it's easy for you to know which is the smallest, which is the biggest. So use your long division method. You can pause this video, take your time to use your long division method to find 4 divided by 5, 5 over 7, 7 divided by 11, and then we compare and see if you get the same answer with mine. 4 divided by 5 is 0.80, 5 divided by 7 is 0.71, 7 divided by 11 is 0.64. Okay, so with this I can now arrange in ascending order. Remember, ascending order means arranging from the smallest to the biggest. So the smallest of these three numbers, as you can see, is 0.64, and the fraction, the equivalent fraction, is 7 over 11. The next number is 0.71, and the equivalent fraction is 5 over 7, and then the biggest is 0.80. The equivalent fraction is 4 over 5. So arranging my fractions in ascending order, I have 7 over 11, 5 over 7, 4 over 5. Is that taken? Very good. Question 36 says given 5.471 minus C.B4D is equals to 0.687. Alright, so in this, some of the numbers have been represented with alphabets. You are expected to find the value of those alphabets, and then you evaluate A plus B plus C plus D. Now if you look at this, this is 1 minus D. We don't know what D is, but definitely this number, before I can know this number, it's as if I'm going to say this minus this, and there is no way 1 minus 7 can give me, 1 cannot even, you can't say 7, you can't remove 7 from 1, so that means I would have to borrow 1 from this, isn't it, to give me 11, and then 11 minus which number would give me 7? Is as good as saying 11 minus 7. I know 11 minus 7 is 4, so that means my D is 4. Okay, now remember I borrowed 1 from here, so I'm left with 6. 6 minus 4 is what? 2. So that means my A is 2. Is that taken? Alright, this is another one. 4 minus B is 6. If I say 4 minus 6, that is not possible, so that means I'll have to borrow 1 from here, 1 here, to give me 14. 14 minus B will give me 6. So that means 14 minus what number will give me 6? It's the same thing as saying 14 minus 6. And 14 minus 6 is 8. So my B is 8. Now I'm left with 4 here, because I borrowed 1 from here. 4. 4 minus C is 0. So 4 minus what will give me 0? 4 minus 4 definitely. So C is 4. So I've been able to get the value of A, B, C, D. Now the question says evaluate A plus B plus C plus D. So I'll have to add everything. 2 plus 8 plus 4 plus 4, and that gives me 18. Is that taken? You can see that this question actually requires reasoning. Because actually you have a good knowledge of your subtraction and division for you to be able to do subtraction and addition, rather, for you to be able to do this. Okay, I hope we're cool with this. We can move to the next question, isn't it? Alright, question 37 says if D is equals to 72 divided by 6 plus 8. E is equals to 48 plus 16 divided by 8. And F is equals to 125 plus 65 divided by 13. What is F minus D plus E? Take note of all these ones in brackets. That means we have to do what is in the bracket first before moving to the other operations. Okay, so let's start with D. D is equals to, what is 72 divided by 6? That's 12. 72 divided by 6 is 12. So 12 plus 8 will give me 20. And then here I have 16 divided by 8. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So 48 plus 2 will give me 50. And then I have 65 divided by 13. 65 divided by 13 will give me 5. And then 125 plus 5 will give me 130. Now I can put this value of this alphabet into this equation. F is 130 minus D is 20 plus E is 50. So I'll deal with the bracket first. 20 plus 50 is 70. 130 minus 70 is 60. Is that okay? Good. Question 38 says a property company offers 2 different payment plans for its apartments. So this is the first plan. For the first plan now, I have an advance payment of $110,000. Instrumental payment is $800 and the number of installments is 64. For my second plan, I have $56,000. Installment payment is $1,400 and then the number of installments is 120. Now the question is, Adam buys an apartment with the first payment plan and Ade buys an apartment with the second plan. How much more does Ade pay? So that means we need to know how much Adam paid, how much Ade paid, and then we compare the two to know how much more did Ade pay. Is that taken? Alright. Now for Adam, we are going to have 864. Why? Because installment payment is 800 and he paid it 64 times. So 800 times 64 plus the advance payment he paid initially. So that's how we have this. 864 is 51,200 plus the advance payment of 110,000. That will give us $161,200. This is what Ade or what Adam paid. Now let's look at Ade. Let's go back to the question. Ade paid installment payment of 1,400 120 times. So that will be 1,400 times 120, and then we add it to this advance payment he made. Is that taken? Alright, so for Ade, 1,400 times 120, and that will give us 168,000. Is that taken? Alright, so okay, little adjustment there. So for Ade, the instrumental payment 1,400 times 120, $168,000, and then this is the initial payment 56,000 plus 168,000 will give us 224,000. So we have to find how much more is Ade's payment more than that of Adam. So the difference is 224,000 minus 161,200, and that gives us $62,800. Is that taken? So that is the answer. Question 39 says, what is the sum of the place values of the falls in 140,424? So let's look at the place values for all the falls we have here. This one, remember, this is units, tens, 100, 1,000, 10,000. So this is 10,000 and that gives us 40,000, and then this is in the 100 position, isn't it? So 4 gives us 400, and this is the units. 4 is 4. So by the time I had 40,000 plus 400 plus 4 will give me 40,404. So this is the sum of the place values of the falls in that figure. Is that taken? Very good. Alright, question 40 says we should write 460,020 in words. Okay, so this is your units: tens, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000. So that gives us 460,000. Okay, your 100 is 0, my tens is 2, and my unit is 0, so this is 20. 460,020. That is this figure in words. Is that taken? Very good. Alright, question 41. Now this is an abacus. I'm sure some of us are familiar with an abacus, and if you are not, this is how an abacus looks like. It's just an instrument that helps us to know place value. Which number is shown on the abacus below? Alright, take note in your abacus. This is your units, your tens, your 100,000, 10,000, and 100,000. So I'm going to count. For my 100,000, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 900,000. And then for my 10,000, I don't have any number. I'll put 0. For my 1,000, I have 2. I'm going to put 2. For my 100, I don't have any number. I'm going to put 0. For my tens, I don't have any number. I'm going to put 0. And for my units, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put 6. So this is the number shown: 902,006. Is that okay? Very good. Question 42 says, what is the expanded form of 25.208? So before I know the expanded form, I must be able to say the place value of all of this number. This is your units, this is my tens, this is tenths, hundreds, and thousands. So since this is my tens, that is 20. This is my units, that is 5. This is my tenths, that's 2/10, because it's tenths. 0 is my 100, so there is no point putting it since it's 0. And then 8 is my thousandths, so it will be 8/1000. So this is the expanded form of this number. Is that okay? Very good. Question 43. One packet of biscuits requires 2 whole number 1/2 cups of flour, 1 whole number 2/3 cups of sugar. The estimated total quantities of both ingredients used in 10 such packets of biscuits will be, okay, remember they said estimated value, so let's start by changing this mixed fraction to an improper fraction. 2 times 2, 4, plus 1, 5. So I have 5/2. 1 whole number 2/3 will be 3 times 1, 3, plus 2, 5/3. And then I want to add this 5/2 plus 5/3. Okay, because their denominators are not the same, I have to find the LCM. LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. So 2 in 6, 3. 3 times 5, 15. 3 in 6, 2. 2 times 5, 10. And then 15 plus 10 is 25 divided by 6. Now they are saying in 10 such packets. So that means I'm going to multiply this fraction by 10. And that gives me, okay, I can still say 2 here, 3, 2 here, 5. Then 5 times 25 will give me 125 divided by 3. Then how many 3 can I get in 125? I have 41 of it. 41 whole number 2/3. Now because it said estimated, so this is 41 2/3. 41 is between 40 and 50. So that is what it would be. It's between 40 and 50 cups. Is that taken? Very good. Now question 44 says, Hassan received the following amount of money on 4 days of a holiday. What was the daily average of the money he received? So for us to get the average, I'm just going to add what he received on the first day, the second day, third day, fourth day, and divide it by 4 because I have 4 days. So $26 plus $43 plus $17 plus $34 will give me $120, and then I divide it by 4, and that gives me $30. So this is the average of the money he received daily. Is that okay? Very good. Question 45 says, I thought of a number and doubled it. I then took the answer away from 32, then added 455. I ended up with 471. What was the number I first thought of? Okay, so since I don't know this number, I can just represent it with an alphabet. Let me say X. Let the number be X. Alright, I thought of a number and I doubled it. If I'm doubling x, that will give me 2x, isn't it? I then took the answer away from 32, so 32 minus my answer, that's 32 minus 2x, then added 455 plus 455. I ended up with 471. That means equals to 471. And then I'll collect my like terms here now. I have 32 plus 455. I'm moving 471 over the equality sign and it becomes minus 471. And then my minus 2x, I'm moving it to this other side, it becomes 2x. So by the time I had this, 32 plus 455 will give me 487 minus 471 is equals to 2x. 487 minus 471 is 16. 16 is equals to 2x, and then I divide both sides by 2. 2x divided by 2 is x, 16 divided by 2 is 8. So my x is 8. The number I thought of is 8. Okay, to do a quick check, you can pause this video and then write 8 in place of your x and then try to see if you will still get 471. Is that okay? Very good. Question 46 says, which point on the number line represents one whole number 1 over 5? Alright, so I'm going to look at my number line. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 lines, isn't it, between 0 and 1, 10 lines between 1 and 2, 10 lines between 2 and 3. Is that taken? So that means each of the numbers have 10 division. So I'm going to look at what's my value of x. I'm going to look at x. This is x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my x is 7 over 10. Out of these 10 lines, 7 over 10. And I look at my r. My r is, this is 1 whole number, then 1 2 1 whole number, 2 over 10. But I can still reduce this. 2 here, 1, 2 here, 5. So 1 whole number, 1 over 5. And then I look at my w. My w is, after 1 I count 7. So 1 whole number, 7 over 10. And then my hem, I have 2 whole number and then I count 7. So 2 whole number, 7 over 10. Now the question is, what point of the number line is 1 whole number 1 over 5? Look at this. 1 whole number 1 over 5 is r. So my point r is represented by 1 whole number 1 over 5. Do we understand that? Very good. Alright, question 47 is asking, Mustapha is making numbers using the digits 0, 8, 7, 4 and 2 only once. Which statement is false? So we are looking at the number that is false. The greatest possible 5-digit odd number is 84207. That is true. The smallest possible digit natural number is 20478. That's true. The greatest possible 5-digit natural number is 87420. That is true. The smallest possible 5-digit odd number is 2847. No, this is false. And then E, the smallest possible 5-digit odd number is 2487. This is true. So D is false. All others are true except for D. Is that taken? Okay, a little more explanation on this for those that are wondering what magic we're doing. Now they are saying greatest possible 5-digit number. If you look at all these numbers, the biggest number is 8. So that means 8 should actually start. If 8 is the biggest number, so the greatest or the greatest possible odd number should actually start from 8. Do you understand? Now you notice that there is actually another one here that is talking about the greatest 5-digit natural, because this is not an odd number, but it's actually the greatest. So that is why this one is the greatest possible odd number, why this is the 5-digit natural number. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the greatest possible 5-digit number, because 8 is the biggest number, so this is it. It's actually correct. And then now they said the smallest possible 5-digit natural number. The smallest digit we have is 0. And if I say I should start with 0, it's no longer a 5-digit number. So the smallest number I can start with that can still make it a 5-digit number is 2. So this is also correct for B. And then C, the greatest possible 5-digit natural. They are not saying whether odd or even. But I'm comparing this with my A. You see that this is bigger. but because this is an even number, so it can't work for this, but it's actually possible for this. And 8 is also the biggest number in all this number I have, so this is also correct. And then D, the smallest possible 5-digit odd number. If you compare your D and your E, this number is smaller than this, so that means this makes this the smallest possible odd number, why this cannot be the smallest possible odd number. So that's why D is false and E is correct. Do you understand now? So that is the D is the answer. D is false. Every other number are correct except for D. Is that taken? Alright, question 48. A lady has 6p eggs in a basket. She sells 1/3 of them to another lady. 3 of the eggs got broken. How many eggs are left in the basket? So 1/3 of 6p is what? 2p. And then out of this 2p, 3 are broken. So 2p minus 3. And that's the answer. Is that taken? Good. Question 49 says 4 students are to receive prizes based on their performance in a quiz marked as follows: 3/7, 4/5, 2/3, and 2/5. The first, second, third, and fourth positions are, alright, to make it easy for me, let me just convert all of them to decimal. 3/7 is 0.43, 4/5 is 0.80, 2/3 is 0.67, 2/5 is 0.40. So because they want us to arrange it in the first, second, third, and fourth position, that means we are starting from the biggest number to the smallest number. So the biggest number I have here is 0.80, which is 4/5. So 4/5. Then the next number is 0.67, which is 2/3. 2/3. The next number is 0.43, which is 3/7. 3/7. And then the last number is 0.40, which is 2/5. So the first, second, third, and fourth positions are 4/5, 2/3, 3/7, and 2/5. Okay, do we understand this? Very good. Alright, question 50 says in 2006, about 140 million people lived in Nigeria. About 9.2 million of these people lived in Lagos. What percentage of people lived in Lagos? To know the percentage of people that lived in Lagos, I'm going to say the number of people that lived in Lagos over the total population of those that live in Nigeria times 100. So I have 9,200,140 million. So I have, okay, let the zero cancel each other. I'll be left with 92 divided by 14 times 100. Is that taking 0, 0, cancel 0, 0. By the time I cancel out all of the zeros, I'm left with 92 divided by 14. And then I can still divide this further with 2. This will give me 46 divided by 7. Then 7 in 46, I have 6, remember 4. So 6 whole number, 4/7% is the percentage of people that lived in Lagos. Is that taken? Very good. Alright, with this we have come to the end of this series. Don't forget to watch out for other series that we have on our YouTube channel. If you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please do that. Press the notification button, like and share our video. Alright, thanks for watching and listening. Have a nice day. Bye.